got about 20 minutes, guys, so we'll try to keep it to that. And if we can, we're one question at a time, one question each to start with. We'll see how we're left for time at the end. Raise your hand if you have a question for either the gentleman in front of you, and we'll get underway. So we'll start with Gareth.
Generally, Australian captains come to India, talking about India from here, like it's a mission. Do you think it's a mission for you, or is it just a big series and
I think it's a big series. I think one of the reasons why is because India obviously gets a lot of attention anytime you play them because there's so many fans, but also their record here is really good, so it's always a really tough tour, for overseas teams to come and win. So, we've had some really good tours in the last year. Pakistan, Sri Lanka, they're all big tours, so this is just another one.
Louis next, in the middle.
Both of you, just in terms of this little camp that you've got over these 4 days, I mean, Andrew, what went into the preparation for this and how you kind of deliver it and pattern the playing point of view? You guys just explain, I suppose, their background, what camp's been doing.
The design of it happened back in May. Obviously, once you get the FTP and it comes out, you work out what your preparation will look like, and we're fully committed to these 4 days. It's been well documented that we haven't asked for a practice game. We feel as though the conditions that we've been given here in Bangalore have been outstanding, and a wide range of conditions that we feel as though will best prepare our batters, bowlers, and everyone for the task at hand. So for me, it's really just allowing the individual to prepare in their own space and then narrow into what their method and how they're going to go about it come the first test match, rather than a practice game that can dictate different scenarios that potentially don't cover off everything that you're going to encompass.
Yeah, I'll just add to that. I think in the last particular month, everyone's kind of preparations look quite different. Some have played BBL, some are coming back from injuries, some have had some rest. So really individualised approach these 4 days. But it's been fantastic, just the amount of work we've been able to put in. Lining up plenty of spin bowlers to go and, us tailenders even to go in there and bat for a couple of hours on the spinning wickets. You just wouldn't get that preparation, say, back home or even maybe in a practice game. So, we feel like we're in a really good place, and, big day tomorrow, and then we'll get over to Nagpur.
Andrew, can I talk about yesterday, batting and bowling at certain times? Where's it at the moment? And, you track the play first test, there's no
It's, nothing's really changed. We've got a fair bit to work through before the first test match. We haven't put a clear line through him, or haven't put a clear line or put him on the team sheet yet. So I wouldn't say he was in discomfort when he was bowling. I would say that one of the deliveries jarred the bottom of the bat, and that can create discomfort for anyone. But there's a little bit of awareness around that finger. He's made some significant steps forward in the last couple of days, probably to my surprise. So, there's still an outside chance that everything going well, he might be on the team sheet.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Pat, the last time you were here for a testing, you made your comeback after 6 years as Raj, and you were like a brilliant spell on the third day there. So what are your memories of that spell, and what did you learn about yourself and about bowling in India through the course of that match and that series?
Yeah, I think what I learned about myself was it was my first test match in 6 years, and it just kind of reaffirmed that that's where I wanted to be. And test cricket, you can't be worrying about your body or different things. You just got to go all in. So I really enjoyed that. I think also the lesson there is that test cricket can be really, really hard. You've got to accept that it's going to be a grind at times, and you've got to be up for it and embrace that challenge. And I think, coming here to India, a lot of the talks around big spinning wickets, maybe fast test matches, but it's not always the case. You need to get into the grind at times, and that role as a fast bowler might be just bowling plenty of overs for not a heap of reward, but doing your job for the team. So I really enjoyed that aspect of that last tour. Big Border Gavaskar Test series, there's always plenty of people watching, so lots to play for.
But do you think the Australian team has had a fair run at practice? And ideally, you would have liked to play a couple of practice games on like terms to get ready. But instead, you have a training camp at Bangalore, and the match is not here. So do you think you've been given a fair amount of practice?
Yeah, really fair. Yeah, we're really happy with the preparation. Yeah, with the nature of the schedules nowadays, you can't have a month lead into a test series. It's so no, we're really happy with how we've prepared.
Practice is a possible captain. So much talk about the makeup of the bowling attack. Is it just a given that you have to play two spinners we see the pitch is bad, or can you back your case back to bring in a squad bowling and rely on the likes of him and Thomas and Renshaw?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a given. Obviously, it's very conditions dependent. So, particularly this first test, once we get to Nagpur, we'll see. But yeah, I think sometimes, talking about a couple of spinners, you forget how good a lot of our fast bowlers have been in all conditions. Even some of the SCG wickets haven't been a lot in it for quick bowlers, but the quick bowlers have found a way. So, yeah, we've got plenty of bowling options here. Finger spin, wrist spin, left arm, Starkey when he comes back online. Yeah, it's we'll obviously pick the bowlers that we think can take 20 wickets. How we're going to split that up, we're not 100% sure yet.
Hi, this is Ranjan from News Today. My question is always, whenever India and Australia test series stuff, speed plays a very vital role. I know when India is very strong in spinning department, although this time Australia picked up balls.
Sorry, I missed the second half of that. Sorry. Maybe without the microphone?
And spin department, spin bowlers are very strong in India. And whenever we see this series between India and Australia, the spinning, spin bowlers plays a very vital role. So how do this time Australia prepare for this role that plays the spin matter?
Yeah, I think the good thing is, someone like Ashton Agar was in our last team. Mitchell Swepson played in our last two overseas tours. So there's a bit of experience there, and Todd Murphy's played a lot of first-class cricket leading here. So we feel like we've got a lot of support in that department around Nathan Lyon. Again, these 4 days have been really important, and also we kind of had a bit of a spinning camp before we got on the aeroplane as well. So we feel like we've had a good bulk of work with these guys. And just experience even in the batting group, having people like David Warner, Usman Khawaja, Steve Smith, those guys that can really coach and work together with those spinners, hopefully has got them all really well prepared. Thanks.
So, but since the deals of, I think since they were made later and made, those two off spinners played during that time in the software. After that, you have not been playing off spinners in a single game. So, is that a bit of Murphy in the team, and with the success that off spinners Australian off spinners has had in India? Are you also trying to, will you also think of playing Murphy in the 11 as a chance?
Oh, it's a chance. Absolutely. Yeah, that's going to be something that we got to balance up if we want to go with two spinners. Do we want variation? Do we want just two off spinners? So there's no reason why you can't go that way. Obviously, Travis Head's in the side as well. He bowls really good off spin. So we'll see. We've got plenty of variety there to choose on. We haven't locked in any bowling lineup so far.
You and Rohit will be leading your sides for the first time in Bharat Hospital. And both of you were official members for your team respectively. And Rohit might got a home team, home advantage. And what are preparations done by as of now?
Sorry, just that second half again. I can't hear with the camera, sorry. I was here clicking, sorry.
Rohit might got a home advantage, home side advantage. What are preparations done by Australian team so far?
To counter the home conditions, sorry, you say?
Rohit got a home team advantage, and you and Rohit leading your sides for the first time in Bharat Hospital.
Yeah. I think in some ways we're lucky with the schedule that we had Pakistan and Sri Lankan tours for this group last year. I know that really helped me captain some new challenges that I had to kind of learn on the fly. And this team's been to India so many times, whether it's IPL, ODIs, T20s, so we feel like we've got lots of experience here. So, it's different conditions to Australia, but we all feel really prepared.
And you Australians are facing two Indian spinners in ongoing session, practice session. Is there any particular reason?
While we're playing two spinners, facing two.
Practice.
So, in ongoing practice session in Bangalore.
Yeah.
He's talking about the training with us in the camp.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just lots of volume. Again, spin bowling is probably the most different to what we're going to get back home in Australia or what we've had in the Test series. So, just facing lots of balls, getting used to it. If we come up against it, then we feel well prepared.
In the context of ICC Test Championship, I think this question is very relevant because if you see the calendar, all the teams are traveling in the month of December, except Australia. So, don't you think that there is a due advantage for Australia?
Because we don't travel in December.
Yes. You don't travel, rest of all the teams in the world travel.
I think it's just
You have the home advantage. And it has been discussed earlier also.
I disagree with that. Yeah, we only play 5 home tests a year, so yeah.
I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine, Luke, but thanks for looking out for me.
Back to Warner, it's come back in a second that he's getting a little tired. He said he's also from the industry. What's his preparation look like and how do you kind of manage that? Not just for his first test, but as you spoke about back in the series back in the end.
Yeah, I haven't noticed any fatigue in David Warner since I've got here, so I'd probably dispel that as a bit of a myth. No, he's had a couple of days off, a couple of lower days, and you've been at training. He's only been there for 1 out of 2 days, and he's not there today. So we're managing each individual coming in, around their specific preparation and where they've been. And there's no doubt it was demanding the summer into BBL. And it creates a challenge to shift back into Test match cricket. But we feel as though, with the preparation that we've got him on, he'll be recharged, ready to go. And he's really looking forward to the challenge of India. And it's been well documented that he hasn't had the series that he would like here, and it's always challenging. But I think the way that he's applying himself and his downtime to really landing on a method to take on, the Indian spinners, also the quicks, and to have a successful tour, I think you'll see him fully invigorated and fully invested and fully recharged for the challenge ahead.
What are some of the final aspects you have to pay attention to before arriving at things like India? It's like mentality-wise, and also how do you ignore the baggage that comes with all the series in the past? How do you get over that?
No two teams are the same, so you don't inherit the past. This team is totally separated from the teams that have been here before. Have we had players that have been here before and experienced the conditions? Yes, and that's a positive. But the group that we've got sitting in the hotel now and us here and at training shouldn't inherit the past performances of previous Australian teams. And that goes for the successful tours as well in 2004. We feel as though we're well prepared, and I think Pat alluded to the fact that we've been to Pakistan, into Sri Lanka, into India in a 12-month period. So that places us really well. That's unique in the fact that you've got 3 subcontinent tours in the 12-month space, and the team's had great continuity. And people will call it the last frontier and all of that, but this is just a continuation of the journey for this team. And as I said, we've got some great players in there, and they've had the experiences before, so we feel as though we're really well placed under Pat's captaincy to take on the challenges ahead.
Just possible to Pakistan, Sri Lanka. We're always talking about India being the third that series. What can you take from those two? Just the patience you show in Pakistan and the ability to just adapt quickly in Sri Lanka. A mix of that, is that what works in India?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the mix, the combination of conditions. We've seen in the past here in India, conditions can be really, really flat, and you've got to bat big in the first innings, and we saw that in Pakistan, and probably in the second test match in Gaul as well, where we probably didn't quite execute the 5 for 300 overnight score, where we needed to get that big 500 plus total to put some pressure on Sri Lanka. So, and then there was the Gaul experience, which was an accelerated game, and it spun from ball one with the the famous one when Alex Carey got hit in the head first ball from Nathan Lyon. So we feel as though we'll get a mix of those conditions, and to have experienced that in the past 12 months, should hold us in good stead. And the challenge is going to be there, but we feel as though the flat conditions, we've experienced that, the spinning conditions, and we've trained accordingly. Albeit until you get out on the ground, that'll be the proof to how well prepared we are and how we execute and how we deal with the other pressures that come in and around the game. And Pat said, around the captaincy, him understanding the tempo of the game in India, will it be slightly different from Pakistan? Will it be slightly different from Sri Lanka? There's no doubt it will be. And we think we've got the right people on the ground here and the experience now to cope with whatever the challenges that's thrown at us as a group.
I think we missed out on the first question the last time around, which is what are some of the minor aspects you have to pay attention to before arriving in India? Mentality-wise, so on and so forth. What are those two or three aspects to work on?
We try to have a really clear approach to each test series. It might change a little bit from tour to tour. Again, I think drawing on those experiences from Pakistan and Sri Lanka will kind of shape the way we go about that. So, I think almost more importantly, it's in this initial kind of phase, it's about recharging, it's about people getting the work done that they want to get done. Probably once we get to Nagpur in a day or two, we'll kind of start focusing in on those finer kind of aspects. At the moment, everyone's working on their own game. But I think, topics such as, managing the tempo of the games, really concentrating on what we do well, has worked for us in the last kind of 12 months, and I think that will be a good template for here as well.
Very good. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ta.